Ashkelon, and Azah, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashad. All right, and this is naming the these other Salakia, naming these other nations, man. All right, you can see, it goes down pretty far, man. They're naming all these kings that had, that had a hand and afflicting us, man. All right, I'm gonna skip down to verse 26. It says, "And all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of Shishak shall drink after them." Right, and all the kings of the north, all right, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth. Right, and what are the kingdoms that are on the face of the earth, man? You don't have a kingdom of Judah. You don't have no kingdom of Ephraim. You don't have a kingdom of Naphtali or anything like that, man. What? You have a kingdom of Moab, kingdom of Ammon. All right, which Moab is a so-called Chinese, Ammon is a so-called Japanese. All right, you have those nations set up upon the face of the earth, but what? Not the Israelites. So what? What here it says, "And all the kings of the north," talking about America, "far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of it shall drink of Shishak shall drink after them." Right, and they're going to drink of that cup, man. All these kingdoms on the earth are going to drink of that cup, man, of the curses that we had to go through. All right. All right. Let me continue reading. Verse 27, it says, "Therefore thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you." Right? So we're gonna tell these people, hey, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rachak Wadash, you guys are gonna go into slavery. This what you gonna do, this what you gonna not do, this and that. All right, they're gonna they're gonna drink, and they're gonna be made drunken, and they riot and rise no more. All right, verse 28, and it says, "And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup," because especially Esau's going to definitely be trying to refuse this, "at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink." So we're gonna tell them, hey, you gonna drink of this damn cup, man. I don't care how much bitching and complaining you do, you gonna drink of this shit, man, whether you like it or not. All right. And verse 29, it says, "For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts." Right, man. So here it is. The Lord really, and the Lord brought evil upon us on the city which is called by my name. All right, talking about Israel, Yasharallah, all right, Prince of the Power, all right, and should ye be utterly unpunished, right? So the Lord used all these nations to bring the punishment upon us. So what? Now that the Lord did that, you're not gonna go unpunished? Come on, man. Yeah, the Lord used you, but guess what? You got to pay for it, man, because you further afflicted the Lord's people, man. You people went above and beyond. You speaking on these other nations. It says, "Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts." Right, man. And there's going to be a great destruction that's coming here, man. All right, that's why you got the Valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, where all these nations are going to go and be destroyed. All right. And not just in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, but in these people's own lands, there's going to be a great destruction. Okay. Verse 30, it says, "Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, The Lord shall roar from a high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation." Shalak, his holy habitation. "He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth." Right, man. And that's what we're doing. All right. The Lord said, prophesy against them all these words, and say unto them, and that's what we're doing. We're telling these other nations that they're going to go into slavery. We're telling these other nations that they're going to be put to death. All right. these other nations are going to go through it rough, man. Right? And that includes the so-called white man. All right? All right, this is verse 31. It says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. And why does the Lord have the controversy with the nations? Well, we just read. They afflicted us. They hate us. All right. The scriptures also say that they made a confederacy against us. Matter of fact, let me get that. I'm going to have to get that one on Google. All right. All right, let's see what these other nations did. All right. This is Psalms 83, and I'm going to start at the top. It says, keep not thou silent, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee, there you go again with the word hate, these other nations hate us. And they hate the Lord. Why do you think they hate us? We're the Lord's people. And they that hate thee have lift up thy head, the head. It's a lot. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right. And who's the Lord's people? That's talking about the Israelites. Who are the hidden ones? The lost sheep of the house of Israel, who Yahushua said he was coming back to get, who the world enemy calls Jesus. They have said, verse 4, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Right. And the nation of Israel is no longer known as the nation of Israel. We're known as African Americans, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, all right, Native Americans, just to name a few. All right. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. All right. And confederate, you go into that word, it's like like an assembly, I believe. Let me just get it just to not butcher it. All right. Oh, dang it. All right, let's get that word confederate. All right. And it's Baryath. All right. Baryath. All right. And it means covenant, allegiance, pledge. All right, and what's an example of an allegiance that these other nations have done, have formed? Well, first and foremost, you got NATO. All right, you have NATO, you have the EU. All right, you have all different types of allegiances. Those are just to name a few that these nations have created to go to plot against you, Jakes, man. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right. It says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. It's back in Jeremiah 25, verse 31. All right. And the Lord has a controversy with these nations. Why? Because they made an allegiance against the people of the Lord, man. The name of Israel is no longer in remembrance, man. They took that away from us. All right. Continuing reading, it says, he will plead with all flesh, and he will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord. Right. And these people are going to be put to death, man, including 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right. Verse 32, it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. Right. And I don't know if brothers have been watching, but Japan has been getting their asses whooped, man. All right. Japan has been getting their asses destroyed over there, man. They just had that strong typhoon or cyclone, whatever they call it over there. All right, just utterly destroyed people over there. Millions were without power. Millions, man. All right, there's plenty of videos. And now look, Now here it is, and that was just well. First, Japan had those fires. They had that drought. I believe it. I can't remember if it was a fire or a drought, but they had a drought. I'll just say that they had a drought over there in Japan. Then they just got hit with that cyclone, and now look. All right, they get hit with an earthquake and landslides, man. You can't tell me that the Lord isn't bringing evil upon these nations, man. And this is just Japan, man. You got all these other nations going through it, man. Okay? So it's not too far-fetched, man. The Lord is getting ready to destroy these people, man. All right? Let me go back to this over here in Psalms 83, just to name a few of these nations, okay, that are getting it. All right? Verse 5 again, this is Psalms 83, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, of Moab, the so-called Chinese, and the Hagarians, which I believe is Ham, if I'm not mistaken, Gebal and Ammon, all right, Ammon being the so-called Japanese, and Amalek being the chief house of Edom, which is the so-called Jews, okay, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre, which is Ham. Ashur also is joined with them. They have whole pen the children of Lot, Salah, all right. And that's just to name a few, man. Okay? And you can't tell me those nations, those countries aren't being, there's not evil in those places right now, man. A lot of catastrophes happening in those nations, man. Okay? So going back to Jeremiah 25, I'll just go back down. This is Jeremiah chapter 25. And verse 32 again, it says, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. All right. And you just had Japan get destroyed by a huge whirlwind, man. All right. Verse 33, And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the earth, right? All right. And that's what's getting ready to come, man. All right, it's going to be so much death out here from one end of the earth to the other, all around the earth. There's going to be so much death that people ain't even going to be buried, man. There's just going to be bodies laid up on the ground, man. All right. And that's coming very soon, man, especially here in America, man. All right. And, it's only got a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and just end it on that. Brothers can finish off the rest of the scripture. There's only a few verses left, but, I made the point. With that, Lord willing, you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations.